kiddos, we are on to the next lesson on parallel lines with a transversal. Find the angle, right? So make sure, please, you have your paper, you have your pencil, you have your notebook ready to write, okay? So here we are. Let us first highlight the name of our notes, right? So they are called parallel lines with a transversal, right? Emphasis on find the angle, right? You guys will be very familiar with this once we do it because we did the same thing for segment addition and we did the same thing for angle addition, right? So let's take a look. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to make this a little smaller here because I want to highlight my angles here. So, well, first of all, what did I forget to do? Always, always, always read the instructions first. So the instructions here, it says find the measure of the angle indicated in bold. Find the measure of the angle indicated in bold, right? In bold. So let's see. Let's take a look here. I noticed that, look, this 10x is a little darker than 11x minus 7. So this is the angle we're going to find. But first things first. First things first. I'm going to identify my angles relationship. So I have that angle and I have that angle. So if I notice, I have my parallel lines here, which are identified by these red arrows here. I have my parallel lines, and I notice this 10x is on the inside, and this 11x minus 7 is on the outside. Okay. One inside, one outside. And as far as the transversal here, they're both on the left. So one inside, one outside the parallel lines, and both on the same side of the transversal. So I have my notes already open here, ready to go, which you will have as well, right, for the assignment. So let's see. One inside, one outside. No, these are both outside the parallel lines. These are both inside the parallel lines. Okay, so that's not it. Let's see. This one is both are outside the parallel lines. All right. This one inside, one outside, but these are across from each other. And this, no, these for sure are not across from each other. Let's see. One inside, one outside, okay, of the parallel lines, and both on the same side of the transversal. I think I found a winner, guys. That. Yes, look at this. These are corresponding angles. And corresponding angles are equal to each other. Take a look. They are equal. So, I know these are corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. And I know these are equal. So this will equal to that. Right? So let's take a look. So let's take a look here. So I have 10x. 10x is equal to 11x minus 7. Look at that. So what I want to do is I'm going to draw my line of separation, and I'm going to move this 11x over to this side and say minus 11x. So I'm going to cross out 11x, and I'm going to minus 11x. So I have 10x minus 11x. I get negative 1x. And I still have negative 7 here on the right side, right? Negative 11 because 11 minus 10 is 1. And 11 is bigger, and it's the negative. So I remember that negative 1x means negative 1 times x. So the opposite of multiplying by negative 1 is dividing by negative 1. So I get x is equal to Negative divided by a negative is a positive. 7 divided by 1 is 7. Okay? Now, wait a minute. Okay? Wait a minute. The instructions say find the angle indicated in bold. Bold. So, which one of these two is bold? Which one of these two is darker? That one right there, right? 10x. So we want to know what happens if I plug in 10x, if I plug in the x. So let's see here. So I'm going to say, let me change my color here. And I'm going to say 10x. But I know what x is. So 10 times 7, right? Because x is 7. X is equal to 7. So I plugged in 7 there. 10 times 7 is 70. And there you go. Look at that. That means that this angle right here is 70 degrees. That angle is 70 degrees. There's the first example. Couldn't think of the word, right? I stayed silent, guys. There's the first example, right? We found the angle indicated in bold. All right. Let's go to the next example right here. All right. And there it is. So, same thing. Right? Same thing. Let's use our highlighter. And let us zoom in here. All right. So we have an angle there, and we have an angle there. Look at that. These two are literally right next to each other. Look at this. That angle is next to that angle. All right, so I think this is going to be relatively easy to find in my chart here. So let me zoom out here again. All right, let's see. Which ones do I see right next to each other? No, I know it's not that. No, these are definitely not next to each other. These are kind of next to each other, but they form this like weird. One on the left, one on the right. No, that's not it. Let's see. No, there's space on this one. These are next to each other, but they form like two mountains here, like an M. Oh, look at that. Here we go. Look, that and that. These are adjacent angles. And adjacent angles add up to 180 degrees. So these two suckers here are going to add up to 180. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say they are adjacent. Adjacent angles. Right? So it said that they add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to add up this angle plus this angle equals to 180. So let's move here if I can. All right, let's move here. So x plus 131 plus x plus 71 is equal to 180. And I'm going to combine like terms. Right? So I'm going to draw my x's together first. X plus x. I'm going to write them. Plus my regular numbers, 131 plus 71. All right. And I'm going to combine like terms. I have x, and I have 131 and 71. X plus x is 2x. 131 plus 71 is 202. Positive. 202. I'm going to take my 202, I'm going to cross it out, and I'm going to bring it over as minus 202. Right? So I still have my 2x left right here. And I have my 202 and 180 are not the same sign, so I got to subtract. 202 minus 180 is 22. And it's a negative 22 because 202 is bigger and 202 is a negative. So I'm going to the opposite of 2 times x is divided by 2, right? So I get x is equal to a negative divided by a positive is a negative. 22 divided by 2 is negative 11, right? But that is not my solution, right? This is not my solution because remember, we must, didn't mean to do that, we must find the angle indicated in bold right here, right? The angle indicated in bold. So let's look back here and see which one of these two is in bold. What's this one? Look. X plus 31 is darker than x plus 71, so x plus 31. So let's take a look here and let's go over here. And we're going to, come on, move. Oh, I can't move anymore. Okay, so x plus 31. So we're going to say, let me change my color here. X plus 31, is that what it was? 131. 131. Well, I know what x is. X is equal to negative 11. So let me, negative 11 plus 131. And these are definitely not the same sign. So 131 minus 11 is 120 and positive because 131 is bigger and 131 is positive. And that right there, kiddos, is the solution to this second example. Right? I found that 120 is the measure of this angle right here. This is 120 degrees. This angle is 120 degrees. All right. And there, right there, kiddos, is our notes, right? So make sure that you copy everything down. Make sure that you rewind. Make sure that you pause. Make sure that you are using your parallel lines with a transversal notes, right? They are always at the bottom of the assignment. Click on View, and you can view your notes, all right? If there are any questions, please let me know. And thank you very much for being here.